Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce tonight's keynote speaker. He is a member of the amazing staff here at Clermont Northeastern High School, and he was voted by our seniors to be their keynote speaker this evening, Mr. Steve Thompson.
Hayden, I had no idea you had the voice of an angel. It was like a mixture between Fergie and Jesus. It really was. Good evening, class of 2021. Parents, fellow faculty members, administrators, and board members. I want to let you know that I offer to have this speech pre-approved by Mr. Glassmeyer. So if anything tonight happens to be bad, this guy. Anyway, first I want to humbly thank the senior class for voting for me and not Mr. Wells. We both like to talk, so guess what? I'm gonna keep you here for a little bit. I'm just gonna dig my hands in those wounds a little bit more. But besides, I'm just gonna say some things you're not gonna remember anyway. So let's just get started. And to kind of think about it, I can't begin to tell you who spoke at my graduation. Quite frankly, I didn't listen, nor did I care. Right? So nonetheless, if you'd have told me at that same graduation 2 decades ago that I would be speaking at my alma mater, I'd have said you're an idiot. Because there's no way I'm even going to come back here, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be out of this town. Well, so much for that dream, I guess. As I imagine, some of you are thinking the same thing. I imagine some of you have the huge desire to go out on your own, go to college, start a job, join the military, whatever it may be. Good for you. Now, let me tell you what I hope you're going to do. I hope you fail a lot. Let me say that again for the dude in the back with the AirPods in his ear. I hope you fail, bro. Your days of being coddled like cute little baby bunnies are over. I see everyone start to turn their heads, laugh, kind of look at each other. Surely you didn't pick me of all people, to stand up here and give you some rainbow-sprinkled sugar cookie of a commencement speech, did you? If you did, you're highly mistaken. And consider this your first two failures as a graduate. 1, having me as your speaker, and 2, thinking anyone cares you graduated high school once you walk out those doors. If you think you're special, or you want a congratulations for doing something you were supposed to do in the first place, you can get that from your grandma after the ceremony. Maybe she's got a nice card for you, but you're going to open it up and take the money, not even look at it. Maybe, hopefully you give her a hug. Maybe there's a gift card in there at Dunkin', Lauren Best. You just completed something that over 90% of the U.S. population has done since 1960. No one cares. No one. I understand you guys get trophies for participating and A's for effort and huge birthday parties, probably like just elaborate freaking birthday parties, even though you probably were little brats and didn't deserve it. Logan Podorf. Do me a favor tonight when you leave here and you go out to eat, at least you pick up the bill. All the stuff you put your parents through, all the injuries, all the doctor bills, pick up the tab, bro. But doing something that you were supposed to do in the first place warrants no congratulatory effort or response from me. And you shouldn't want it anyway. You should look at the hard work as a gift and the outcome and satisfaction of completing a difficult task as a springboard to do more difficult tasks. As I just stated, hopefully you fail at some of the things you're going to do after this. And I'm not talking about failing a few papers or maybe even a class. Some of you are going to get fired from a job. Some of you might drop out. Some of you may realize that your dream job was an absolute disaster. Your boss made your life miserable. Good. You don't learn anything from handouts. Handouts do not make standouts. The people on top of that mountain didn't fall there. They worked. They struggled, they climbed, they clawed. Sarah Padilla, that's the same thing you're going to do. The paper you failed was due to your lack of preparation. You know that now. The job you got fired from made you realize you need to increase your work ethic or revealed to you that you had none. And the reason you dropped out or quit is because you lack the ability to continue on when faced with adversity. The true test of someone's character is how they face adversity. You own it, or it is going to own you. No other way about it. You have to do the hard work, work the extra shift, stay the extra hour, study harder, read the book. I'm not talking about just watch a 3-minute YouTube video. Once you walk out those doors, it's going to be different. Once you take off the cap and gown, it's going to be different. No one is going to hold your hand and tell you it's okay. No one is going to care about how bad your day is going. Miss Lyman is not going to give you a pretty little pink sheet of paper to take to your boss to give to him because you were late for work because you couldn't get your butt out of bed. You either get the job done or they will find someone who will. Then what are you going to do? You know, it's funny, judging by the silence and your reactions, I could tell you probably wanted me to stand up here and tell you how special you all were and how you endured through the COVID-19 pandemic, remote learning, blah, blah, blah. You sat on the couch and got on Google for 15 minutes in your sweatpants. You want to be commended for that? There, with this whole thing, and I'm not making light of it, there's been people who lost loved ones, lost jobs, lost livelihoods. You know, take for example, you know, the guy who couldn't see his dad before he passed away in the nursing home because on a ventilator for 3 weeks. You got the single mother who's just trying to juggle to get her kid in front, sit down in front of the computer for 15 minutes like you all, but she's juggling, you know, trying to juggle 12-hour shifts at the hospital, or the restaurant small business owner who's trying to, you know, spend thousands of his dollars he doesn't have to update his restaurant for the CDC guidelines for capacity restrictions. They endured. You did not. You turning in a web quest is not the same thing. You should understand that although you have came on top of all this, you're not special, and it always could have been worse. That being said, some of you have been through worse. Some of you know what it's like to lose something, someone. But look at you now. You're here. You just kept going, just a bit more. Promise, Macy, Bella, keep fighting. You need to start a new beginning right here, right now. And I knew someone tonight would say the proverbial new chapter in Lifeline. But sadly, many of you will not take heed the meaning. Do not continue on this same path. Your life is a story, and you are writing it. But here's the thing. You will not know how many chapters you get. You will not know how many pages there are going to be. For that has already been written. Staying the same once you walk out those doors will do you no good. That is where you begin a life on your own, and God willing, you fail. For that is where you learn. Perhaps I should change that now. Don't look at it as me wanting you to fail. Look at it as me as I want you learning. I hope you learn. Because success is not built on success. Success is built on failure, and sometimes that failure is a catastrophe. So don't compound your problems by wallowing in your own self-pity or turning to substances or other avenues to numb yourself from the pain. It just doesn't work out. There is no one else to blame but you. You alone are responsible for your own course of action. Find a new course of action and find a new path and start taking scalps. That's one military reference for you there, Mr. Cunningham. There's an over and under on how many military references I had tonight. Taking scalps, first of all, I'd start with you, Timmy Cornette. You look like a daggone drummer from Leonard Skinner. Good to see you, though. Through failure, we learn to improvise, to adapt, to overcome. That's number 2. You alone, and you alone are responsible for everything that you do once you walk out those doors. Through failure comes something no one wants but everybody needs, and that's to struggle. Because struggle breeds greatness. Haley Stegeman, embrace that suck. Sure, you may fail, and that may scare you, good. And that may be what makes you hesitant. But listen to me here. Fear of failure is good. Fear of failure keeps you up at night, studying for that test, preparing for that interview, reviewing the work that needs to be done, planning, training, getting the job done right so you can buy that truck to start your own business or grow it. Land and amen. Show up before the competition, get there before the enemy and outflank them. That's 3. Fear of failure does that. It keeps you humble yet hungry. What I want you to fear the most is staying on the same trajectory, being stagnant, not improving, not getting better, not making yourself into the person or the caliber of person I and the rest of those teachers back there know you can be. Lexi Gavi, talking to you. You got a world to conquer. You know, there's 3 things I want you to remember tonight when I walk out from stand-up meeting set up here talking. Number 1, control the controllable. That is you, your mind, your attitude, your emotions, your discipline. When chaos is coming at you from all sides and everyone seems to be coming in and closing in on you, realize you can make things simple for yourself and pick a direction and fight like hell. Prioritize the smallest problem, attack it, and move on to the next. Control your own chaos, and it starts with your attitude. You can control each day with a sense of purpose. And if you wake up with that sense of purpose, beginning your day with the attitude of today, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday, and you're well on your way to victory. For that day. Wake up, take scalps, rinse and repeat. Hayden Mattis, don't ever lose that. You and only you control what happens in your own mind. No one else gets to occupy that space rent-free. Why give them the time and energy? Control what you can control. You can control your emotions. You had a bad day, so what? No need to post about it. For the love of God, don't post it on TikTok. No one cares. Stifle your emotions once you get up and you check that stuff at the door once you leave start your day. Oh, but I can't stop thinking about this. Yeah, you can. Stop. Oh, but I love her, man. Well, she obviously doesn't love you, homie. Move on, bro. She has. Oh, but I can't believe he would treat me like that. I can. He's a freaking scumbag. Get over it. Stand up, face forward, put one foot in front of the other. Utilize control of your own mind. Mind control. Abby Puckett, remember that. Number 2, do not take the easy way out. Do not give in to your voice in your head that tells you to quit no matter what. Tell that voice to shut up. No more. No more you're going to accept it from yourself, or you're going to go along with the status quo. No longer you're going to say, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'll just call off. I'll just go do that just this once. There's a big difference between one day I will and today I did. No more accepting your faults, your weaknesses, your excuses. No more taking the easy way out. The easy way is always mine. That's probably 4. Just like your thoughts, your actions, just like trying to turn something in to turn it in, or doing a job just to check that box and go home, it never leads to anything good. Your decisions today will either create or remove your opportunities tomorrow. I say again, your decisions today will either create or remove your opportunities for tomorrow. Do the work, do the hard work no one wants to do. Boss needs someone to come in early, roger that, do it. Boss needs someone to stay a few extra days to finish a project, you're already on it. Do the work that no one wants to make yourself better. Holly Daniel, keep that up. Number 3, unmitigated daily discipline in all things. Most of you know that I don't sleep. I don't like to sleep. The ancient Greeks, that's a history reference, not a war reference. But the ancient Greeks believed that sleep or hypnos or in death, Thanatos, were gods. They were twin brothers who lived in Hades, the underworld, all that kind of stuff. They wreaked havoc on man. They controlled man. So I like to control what I can control, and I'm going to control as much of my self-inflicted hypnosis as possible. So I get up. I get up early, and that's ingrained in me from, here's number 4, I believe the Marine Corps reference. They have a thing called Reveille. That was a designated time you get up and you get out of bed. You start to carry out the plan of the day. No matter where you were deployed, what you did the night before, how late you stayed up, how hard you worked the previous day, you got up at a designated time. Today I still do that. It was ingrained in me. It's one of the many things that drives my wife nuts. It's amazing. Amazing she's still with me. But now I'm telling you to start your day with unmitigated daily discipline and to get up. Do not be weak and hit that weak button. You know what that weak button is. That's that snooze button. And start off feeling sorry for yourself because you wanted a mere 9 more minutes of sleep. You just got 9 minutes weaker, in my opinion. Skylar, JJ, don't hit that snooze button. Listen, you guys will always be a significant class to me. We came in together. You're the ones that kind of started my madness. The jumping on desks, the threatening you with a bat, the learning chokeholds, the learning how to effectively snap a human neck, which is 8 pounds of pressure. I probably should have skipped that one. Might need to turn my resignation after that. Anyway, I can't stand up here and not thank you guys for what you have done for me. You know, I can't stand up here and not mention the football players out of the class. You guys gave me my first win. You know, for those and many others I can't possibly mention, and all the students I didn't mention, I thank you. You made me a better teacher, a better coach, and want to be a better man. Finally, I want you to remember what you are. I didn't say who you are, what you are. You're rockets. Rockets are weapons of war and instruments of battle that can focus and pinpoint themselves to an acquired target and cause serious damage upon detonation. Consider this me arming you for that detonation. Focus on a path you want to set for yourself. Focus on your mission. Set the course right here today and stay the course. Control the controllable. Don't worry about what you cannot. Do not take the easy way out and impose ironclad discipline on yourself every day. Your rockets. Never forget that you were built for battle. Go get some. Thank you.